Now, and the
It's
release is
not yet.
Okay.
But you do know next month it will be.
With the other 4 fucking singles they're gonna fucking make.
And what's wrong with that?
You know what's wrong with that? Release it all together. Don't try to put out something and then to boost the fucking downloads, add 4 more fucking songs. He did the same shit with fucking 444.
And you weren't mad at that. You weren't mad at that. You were not mad at that. So why are you mad at this?
Because it's an EP. It's 9 songs. It's 9, not 9, and then 3 months later adding songs on.
As it's constructed now, it is an EP.
That's all I'm saying.
But we can see the light at the end of this tunnel, and you're even. I thought just 2 more on top of Salute. You're thinking
they're gonna drop 4 more because the only reason why I say
14 tracks.
The only reason why I'm saying that is because they're going on tour together, and they added dates to their tour, so they're gonna need more material.
Are we going?
Guess what? Let's go. I'm ready. Let's do this.
If we could afford that shit, I might have to sell it.
I'm not going. I'm tired of going to Jay-Z concerts. I told you that already. I'll never go see Jay again.
You just said let's go just now. 2 seconds ago, you just said.
No, I said let's go. I thought you meant let's go and record.
Oh, so we're not gonna go see J&B?
I'm not going. I've seen Beyonce enough. I've seen her by herself. I saw her with Destiny's Child.
You sound bitter.
Live performance-wise, she is not gonna be the issue. He is, and that's fine. Like that's cool. Like listen. If you want me to, if you really want to play that ticket, him standing there and just talking into the microphone.
J. Cole stands there and talks.
You want to play? You want?
Enjoy it.
Yeah, but what's it?
444. Did we not go to 444?
No, we did not. You went with Dave.
Oh, that's right. Shout out to Dave.
There we
Love
go.
you, baby. And ask your cousin how amazing that
that's great because
was.
he never saw Jay-Z live.
But I have.
Wait a minute. I seen the retirement concert. I seen Watch the Throne in 2 fucking different arenas.
Watch the Throne sucks because Kanye is,
Yeah, but Jay-Z's presence fucking is weak, bro. He is not a great performer. That's not a knock on him. It's just that's not what his strength is. His records,
he turned
his
the
albums,
444.
His albums are awesome. No one's taking that away from him.
And not to say the performances, but he now, as far as all that comes with performing live, all the bells and whistles are there, and they were there, and we were all like,
yeah, he copied from his younger artist J. Cole, but we won't get into that.
Welcome back to Habs and Flaco, and as you can motherfuckers see, it's cooking, and obviously it's a hot topic. The Carters, the next album we're reviewing.
It's only really hot for people who take offense and aren't but go ahead.
I take shit personally.
But go
I'm gonna say that right now. I take offense when it comes to Jay. I ride out for Jay from day 1. Ride out, Rockefeller, forever.
But let me ask you a question. Who played the Dead President's tape before anybody knew about Jay-Z? I'm just saying. I just want to throw that out there. But go ahead. But go ahead, little bro. But go ahead. But go ahead. Carry on, sir. Carry on. As you can see, before he gets into his bit, as you can see, these hip-hop debates can get very heated. Yeah, some people take them personally. Some people, it angers them. It ruins their work week. Some people take joy in spreading the whole truth to those who don't want to listen, which is fine. It's no big deal. At the end of the day, we all love and appreciate the music.
That's true.
We all love and appreciate the culture.
That's true.
That's why these discussions get to where they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day.
And they're needed.
Absolutely.
That's why the hell we're doing it.
Absolutely. That's why we're here.
So, off the heels last week of Nasir's awesome contribution to the culture.
Oh, you mean like how they dropped it on the same day?
The day after. It was the day after. Nas dropped Friday at 10 p.m. which he had he could drop that shit at midnight and done the right thing to his fans and everyone else, but whatever. And I'm not even blaming Nas. I'm blaming Kanye for that ish. I don't give a F what anybody says. They dropped on this Saturday. Which suspect, to say the least, and I'm gonna be upfront and say it because I believe that it was even leaked that they were supposed to drop it on the 28th. So why did they drop it on the Saturday right after Nas, I can't explain that. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat any of that shit.
I think it's more because of Kanye, but Jay-Z does have a history of dropping things when Nas drops things, but we won't get into that. We're just gonna get into the review of the Carters. This is basically the Beyonce with Jay-Z ad-libs EP.
Why can't it be Best of Both Worlds 3.0?
Because is it really?
Yes, it's the same format. It's the same formula.
We'll see. We'll get into this review.
He was itching for this fucking
I'm just
episode,
saying.
boy. Anyway, the Carters, everything is love. We're gonna run through because it is an EP. Okay, it's nine tracks, less than 40 minutes. There is an extra single that dropped with it, Salud, which would make it a fucking album. And I don't know why the hell you guys did what you did, but possibly, like, we both think there's more to come. He thinks Cap thinks 5. I think 2 more.
Well, with that one, I would say 4 more songs after that one.
Okay. All right. So 3 more. I think 2 more. All right. Got you.
With the EP that they dropped. That's just my personal opinion.
But I don't.
And not the first time Jay did that. But go ahead.
Once again, EP 18 as he did in 444. As he did in 444. Right. All right. First track up, Summer. We're gonna go with Jay's verse. We'll get into Beyonce's, beautiful singing on this joint, but we gotta pick and choose.
Disclaimer: I'm a huge Beyonce fan. I'm also a fan of Jay-Z. So
slightly.
You beehivers, I know you gonna watch it and click this little video. So I want you to know that I'm a huge Beyonce fan. She got my money when she was a Destiny Child, and she got my money when she performed by herself.
I'm editing this shit out so it makes it look like I only hate it when he go in.
I'm just letting you know that that's how it's gonna go down. All right.
Hopped out the land with the sheep, skin rugs on the floor. We hug, made love on the seats. We tried to hide in the hills. We watched the sky turn peach. Summer's light, summer's night. It's like Christ's masterpiece.
If I can stay in her hair forever, that'll be fine by me. Yo, for me, it was vintage Jay, almost way back to Reasonable Doubt type. The way, the flow, and the cadence, and the just the way he delivered those bars. And I mean, Jay's the greatest MC of all time. Fuck that. I mean, shout out to Nas. There's so many I love, but me personally, I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, and man, throughout the years, bro, like it's just I lost count of how many projects he's done. And the thing I love about this project together with him and his wife brings it back to when he rocked with that pedophile on them 2 joints, and fuck you, R. Kelly. Fuck you, R. Kelly. Thank
Me
God.
too, you fucking bastard.
Word up, man. So now, like, yo, just like, okay, let's rinse that off, and now start afresh. And does it with his wife, and just to start with the Summer, and just hearing him just spit like classic Jay. It was so dope to me.
See, I don't agree with classic Jay. I really feel like this is a black album type flow and references, because what made Reasonable Doubt one of the greatest hip hop albums, one of the best debuts of all time, was he had an ability to speak about things like it was actually still happening. He's actually speaking about it like he's on a porch on a rocking chair talking about, going back thinking about the things that the wild shit he used to do as a young kid. And I think that that's something that he's time capsuling for his kids when they get to that age, and they looking at their parents like, oh, who the heck are those old folks? Yeah, well, guess what? Your daddy was putting in that work.
Got it popping.
His grandkids like look at him as an old man like, nah, granddaddy was putting in that work.
Got it popping.
And this was actually one of the better lyrical pieces for him on this particular joint. Beyonce had impeccable vocals. I wouldn't compare this to with what he and Mr. Pedophile did, because I feel like this is more of like a family affair type thing. Like this is like what mommy and daddy bring to the table and what they want to leave for their children to listen, because both of them had their own little things.
Right.
But this is their family imprint as the Carters, period.
Of course, not 100%, but the only reason why I say that is because you have a R&B artist with the hip hop artist and the same hip hop artist that the pedophile worked with, and Beyonce. So it's just like in that marriage, and the insert of Jay is very similar to what he did with R. Kelly. R. Kelly led the charge there, and Jay came, dropped them dope bars, and kept it moving, which is what he did here.
Yeah, but that material on that project is not the same material on this project.
Give it time.
No, it's not the same.
Give it time.
What Jay-Z was talking about with Robert Kelly on those albums is not going to have
Pied Piper
any inclination or any sign of what these two are talking about on this project.
I hear you.
So that's just my opinion.
And also too, if we're talking about opinions, single male, happily married, so it's a different mindset.
Absolutely. So therefore
Different mindset.
So therefore we can't compare them.
Right.
Say that that's like the best of both worlds.
Because no. The only reason why I'm comparing it is because the one common denominator is Jay-Z working with an R&B artist, a singer, and the singer leading the charge.
That's a female R&B artist.
Doesn't matter. Singing is singing.
Yeah, but what a woman brings.
Whoa. Hey, listen.
What a woman brings.
Equality.
What a woman brings to the table is not the same as what a man brings to the table.
As far as
music, what a woman's bringing to the table is not the same as what the man is bringing to the table.
I'm for equality, people. I'm just saying. So.
We're all equal in ability, but
I don't know where you're going with that.
Their scope of thought is not going to be the same as the man's scope of thought constructing a record.
That's based on the material.
Beyonce Knowles is not going to come in here and with her artistic talent is not going to talk about the same topics that a Robert Kelly is going to do with a Jay-Z.
Of course he's not going to talk about pissing on girls.
No,
She's not going to do no shit like that.
I'm talking about what Robert Kelly and Jay-Z made is from an introspect of solely a male's perspective.
Okay.
Beyonce is a female R&B singer with 3 kids.
Right.
And that creative process is not going to be the same with her husband.
All right, but she's still a singer as R. Kelly's a singer. So unless you're talking about pitches, like the voice is deeper versus a higher pitched voice, it's still singing with a rapper. So let's kind of move on because I don't even understand where you're going with that.
Folks who understand what I'm saying.
Well, okay. So
what's the next song?
On to the next.
On to the next.
R&B singer with a rapper. I don't know. All right, so then even better yet, Method Man and Mary J. Blige. Let's see if he argues about that. So extended play of that.
That's fair.
Because I don't know. But equality. Equal pay.
Yes, equal dry cleaning bill. Equal haircuts.
Equality. Robot equality. So, and let me tell you something now. I will pick Beyonce over that pedo 30,000 times over.
Me too.
I'm with anything and above. But now we got ape shit. And we all know about that one, so we're just gonna. Look at his face, look at his face. We don't even gotta get into that one. That thing is just played so heavy. Shout out to the Neptunes, Pharrell, Chad. It's just, man.
Great contributors to hip hop, bro.
Dope freaking beat. Visuals amazing. I'm like Chief Keef beat Rafiki, who been lying king to you, Mr. 6ix9ine, you king of New York. What the fuck ever. Shout out to Jay with that, just chin checker real quick off of that. And I mean, once again, I'm a true lover of that marriage. Well, not their marriage, but just on the hip hop aspect of R&B and rap coming together. Shit is dope. And I'm a huge Neptunes guy. Love Pharrell to death.
Oh, you don't say.
And I knew without even knowing. It just had that. It just had that. And I could see why this thing is played nonstop.
I personally didn't really appreciate this song until I saw the visuals. I think it's
in the loop.
I think this is not one of the better songs that's on this EP. That's just my personal opinion.
Right, right.
I think the bars are there, but I'm it's just not. So, for just my opinion, it's not one of the best songs.
But why exactly though? Elaborate as to why you don't like it.
I do not like. First of all, I'm not crazy about the beat. That's first off. I don't think that's one of the.
Heard that?
I heard that's not one of the better Pharrell beats I've heard him work with Jay-Z or Beyonce with. That's my first thing. My second thing is the marriage of her vocals and his spitting didn't mesh to me.
Okay.
And I think that had a lot to do with the production. Just my opinion. The other thing is, I don't think most people got the message unless you watched the video.
Right.
So I like to listen to the message first, and then when they see then when you see it visually, I'll reference the Kevin's Heart song, which is one of them. Like when we did the J. Cole review. Yep. Listening to that record.
Check it out. I'm gonna put the link.
Check it out. Check the link up there over his head. With that song, I got it, and then to see him use Kevin Hart in the video as basically the walking example of what they were talking about in that record. That's why I thought it enhanced the record.
Gotcha.
Just my opinion.
And I'll agree with you on that one, where it was a flip to me, like where I thought Cole played himself and like broke the man Cole ishing on Hart about his infidelity and all that stuff. Like, yo, just like that ain't got nothing to do with you, man. Just keep moving. So it's like playing the hell out the dude, like, god damn. And then to see the video and see Kevin was in it, it made me appreciate the song more. But I just felt more like, just sticking to the script about how we are to conduct ourselves as men. So
sure, absolutely.
Yeah, but I get
absolutely.
I get your I get why you appreciate it once you saw it. 100%. All right. The next one is Boss.
100 million crib, 3 million watch, all facts, no cap, false. Nigga, you not a boss, you got a boss. Niggas getting jerked, that shit hurts.
I personally think this is one of the better songs on the EP. The instrumentation, I think this is like
Mike Dane.
American Gangster in the Pocket type Jay-Z, which I really liked and appreciated. Shout out to Mike Dean, who actually first worked on Watch the Throne with Kanye.
And Jay-Z.
Yes. Murder of Excellence was one of the songs that he worked on.
Oh, okay.
Which is actually I think is one of the best songs on that album. What I liked about it was it kind of brought out the braggadocious type of Jay-Z. Like, kind of like putting little boys in their place type of thing.
Drake.
You know what I mean? Like, it kind of, like, you could have got with the wave, what he's doing with Tidal. Like personally, my biggest beef with Jay-Z when I was a listener growing up was that he never used his celebrity to put certain records out there. He never used his platform to do that. I really feel like he's doing that now with Tidal. He's actually giving a lot of artists a lot of exposure. He's also giving them more money per download and more money per stream. And if any artist is out there, they understand what I'm talking about. So shout out to the Tidal movement. But I do think that instrumental was incredible. I like the way the horns built up on it. And it was the braggadocious type Jay-Z, kind of like American Gangster. And that's the type of Jay-Z that I kind of like appreciate.
I agree with you 100% on this one, bro. And like I said, just those subtle sublims, those little jazz in there, like you're not a boss, you got a boss.
That's not even like really a sublime, if you really think about it.
I mean, but only reason why you say it's not a sublime.
Yeah, it's not.
But unless you call out that name, I will always sit there and say, like we'll play the game.
Yeah,
we know who he.
Yeah,
we
absolutely. He's always been a master of that.
Yeah,
though.
man, we know who he's
always
talking
been a master
to.
of that.
So we know what he's talking about. But like it was tough. And shout out to Beyonce again. Like
she was more in the pocket on that little song. On that song, I'll be honest with you.
Like that was a real smooth track. We're on the same page with that one there. Next up would be Nice. Another Neptune's joint.
Yeah. Fuck your subpoenas and your misdemeanors. Was too busy touring out all your arenas. My passport is tatted, it look like it's active. I play on these planes, y'all catch me in traffic. Y'all drag me in court for that shit. Y'all back was at.
Okay, right, that's all you get. That's all you get for free. Better like, subscribe, and share, god damn it. This and obviously, let's keep it 100. That's that marriage of Pharrell and Jay and which is why he jumped on before his wife on this track. He's like, nah, this is my beat, this is, and to me, cooked it, and even bringing up within his status. Let me remind you still black. Like, yo, that struggle is real, B. Say what you want. Some of y'all think that we living good, whatever. I know we out here YouTubing for free, but we do it because we love our culture, we love our people, we love our struggle. So ain't no money to be made here just yet. Please.
Just somebody write that check, man. Somebody write that check.
But yo, that line right there with Jay, like, that shit is fucking tough, and I always love to hear them two together. And once again, Beyonce, in my opinion, man, the fucking, ain't me not talking about Beyonce in this shit. She was damn near flawless. But what do you feel?
Good record. Good collaboration with him and Pharrell. I could have done without Pharrell being on the song.
On the end.
I could have done without him being on the record at all, except for him contributing with the production. Again, that's more of a American gangster flow type Jay-Z.
How'd you like Pharrell on the hook though?
I thought he didn't need to be there at all. That's just my opinion. As far as
I thought it sounded like if Beyonce did that, I can do anything, like with that pitch, I thought it would have been off. Versus like,
I mean, Jay-Z could have done the hook himself.
And that's your name,
right? I think they were. I think
Pharrell on there.
I think that they were trying to go for that kind of feel.
It was that. It was reminiscent to that.
It's one of, again. This is also one of the better songs on the EP to me, because they do have a very good chemistry when they come together.
His history was.
But I don't know, man. I just wasn't in love with him being on the hook.
Got you.
I thought
too melodic.
I thought Beyonce was flawless on this song. Yeah. And Jay-Z's verses were, like I said, they're kind of American gangsterish. I think that's a very underrated album that he actually released that didn't kind of get the it didn't get the cred it deserved.
Claim.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, for only one song on that album, that album was flawless.
Was it Blue Man?
Hello Brooklyn.
Hello Brooklyn. Oh God, Weezy.
I mean, shout out to Weezy, but you're not from Brooklyn. You didn't have no business to be on that song. But anyway.
Oh God. All right, fine. Because now you just busting shots.
No, but anyway.
Oh my.
I do appreciate that Jay-Z still goes to Pharrell, because that's kind of like a relationship you've seen once they've connected, like they continue to use. Shout out to the Neptunes. I'm a huge fan of them.
Word up. All right. Next track 5713.
Motherfucker to us, lock us up, shoot us, shoot our self-esteem down. We don't deserve true love. Black Queen, you rescued us.
I mean,
it's the best song on the EP.
Yo, from their beginnings, and Jay was the main component in this.
Yes.
Like Beyonce just did the hook.
It's a tough record. It basically reflects the early part of their relationship, like how he bagged her, how
he had to wait to bag her. Now, and she was with some other dude, and how he moved the day that he let slip away. Like, that was a great record. Shout out to Cool and Dre on the beat. Yep.
I haven't heard from them in a long time. I know that they've been busy with certain artists, but I haven't seen them on like a top tier project. It was a dope record. I love the way it kind of like switched into a different beat, which is the one that we displayed.
Yeah, we played the end part, the initials bumping.
But like the last 10 seconds, the last 15 seconds of the song is when he just starts talking about how like the way you're perceived, you shouldn't have happiness. Like you shouldn't be with people you want to be. You shouldn't be doing what you want to do. How society looks at you and doesn't want you to be what you are. They just want you to be nothing and have no relevance. And that was one of the things that really put the icing on the cake for the song for me.
I think he likes this project more than he.
It's a dope track.
More than he.
Absolutely. This is definitely to me is definitely the best song on the EP.
Next up we have Friends.
Ain't gonna nobody nothing. And me and my wife beefing. I don't care if the house on fire. Dying nigga, I ain't leaving. Tata take care of my kids after he done grieving.
Ooh. Yo, the bars, the shots, yikes. The harmonization off of B, yikes. Oh man. I ain't going nobody nothing if we beef. And listen, any and everyone in a committed relationship can attest to that shit. When shit is hot,
It's hot.
it's hot. You ain't trying to fuck. What? Cook out? Motherfucker. Cook out where? It's cooking in here, B. I gotta neutralize this. Like, yo.
I did not like the production on this track. I did think that his bars, though, I think his bars and her melodies would save the song.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, cause that's a very layered Jay-Z fucking verse, man. Like he kind of like.
It was by Boy Wonder.
Boy Wonder's a fucking shout out to Boy Wonder. You one of those guys too. You gonna be on your way soon too. But I didn't think the marriage of the two of them with that particular beat
Got you.
was great. I did like her melody.
Yeah.
And
she was tough on it.
I love how he compacted what relationship, how you get heated in a relationship to how you deal with people in a relationship.
Yep.
Like-
and relationship all across the board, because whether it's relationship or friends, family,
Exactly.
like he hit everything.
And friends are the family you choose for yourself.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, when you give the trust and then that person fucks you over, and then what you have to do to get rid of that person,
Breaking codes.
or how they think that they have a perception of how where their space is in your life, when that's not the case. You know, he threw the Tata reference in there. If anybody knows that, that's been his main man forever.
Ever.
So
Ever.
that was
Tata.
a very deep, layered, authentic Jay-Z verse. And
Dame Dash and Jay ain't cool no more. And while that whole broke up, Tata, when dude tried to come at him, started the end of that shit.
Pretty much.
Just
to keep that in perspective. But that's what I really appreciate about that record. Wasn't the biggest fan of that instrumental. That might be up there with like the best bars
Gotcha.
in the EP.
like we agreed, the walk off carried the team.
Yeah, he kind of like
With them balls.
worked the count and hit the 3-run home run.
I enjoyed the beat, and I felt like but I just more like the cadence and how we switched it up. Like he went along with it. And just smooth, like silk, be like he just flowed with it, which made me appreciate it. It wasn't bang. You know I love to get, but I was able to just cool out with it. And yeah, hearing the shit. I mean, the lyrics are piercing.
Right.
And it's one of the things that you gotta.
It's grown man music too. It's a grown man boss.
Grown man music, grown man boss, but understand like you have to educate yourself and not make the same mistakes as others. Like yo, when you sit there and he's zinging, because people can sit there and talk their side of the story. When you hear that other side, it's like,
listen.
okay.
Shout out to my pops. He always said, if you make a mistake once and you learn from it, it's a mistake. If you make a mistake and repeat that mistake, it's behavior. I'll leave it there. That pretty much sums up that verse and who he was directing it to.
Word up.
Kanye!
Word.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God, on to the next. Heard about us.
Day I'm getting sued, famous. I show up to court without a suit, famous. Yeah, every move is on the news, ain't it? Shit has its perks too, ain't it? Shooting videos in the Louvre, ain't it?
When we talked about epic tracks,
It's a great song, man.
it's just still Boy Wonder again, right?
Yes, sir. Shout out to Boy Wonder.
At least for you, this is a bounce back from the last joint, because he definitely came with it on this one beat wise, but it's just so epic and Beyonce.
See, like, I don't think the other song, the beat was bad. I just don't think that
didn't fit. Okay, all right. The marriage, which is the big thing. It's a dope beat. This, yeah, it's just seamless through and through.
Both in the pocket, bro. This is a good song, man.
Yeah, yo, and those dad little jabs.
Yeah.
Dad jabs early. I don't know, people running around here.
A lot of people with little sour grapes because people don't sign with them.
Not
and they gotta
claiming-
show them the proof of the pudding.
Not claiming kids and shit. I don't know.
Damn,
or claiming kids but keeping on the low, keeping them
Well, listen, or waiting to unveil them at big events.
on Adidas.
What? I ain't say that. I ain't say all that. But this is one of the better the Beyonce heavy songs. This is one of my favorite ones on this EP. This is a great record.
This one's tough. This one, there's no denying this one here. No denying. And Our money is this is the next single. Next up, Black Effect.
I'm living a no sock life despite you. Since the Khalif died, they been at my neck. Y'all can tell them Trayvon is coming next.
Let's see, we about to get in trouble here.
I'm good on every
MLK Boulevard.
He said he's like Dapper Dan at 4 a.m. He is the culture. Yo.
I give up.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Put your hands up.
This is like a total Jay-Z song.
Yep.
This was bananas bars. He has very good references, and I've always felt like he's one of, or if not, the best punchline rapper of all time.
Punches B.
I don't think he's the greatest. I don't think he's the greatest of all time, but I think the punchlines and like his reference game has always been like far ahead of like everybody else.
He came with it. He came so witty with it from Jump Street.
You know what I mean? So like
metaphor and similes, like he's
top notch, bro. I mean, you don't get fucking inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? Like he's a unfucking.
Oh, Cool and Dre again. What they get? 2. Everybody got.
I don't know.
Boy, Pharrell got 2. Natsu's got 2. Cool
I don't know. I know that beat was fucking hard.
That was hard. And Beyonce,
she just
sweetheart flawless on this thing.
She was just the icing. She was just the cherry on top on the sundae at the end there.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Pretty much. Love Happy. Last track on there. Track number 9. Let's hear it, man.
I'll be honest with you. Before you get into it, I think as far as this EP, this was the best marriage of them on a record together.
Over Black Effect or Heard About Us?
I think it's the best.
Okay.
For me, for my money.
Or 713, which was like literally.
Yeah, but no, what I mean by that is like 713. All she did was the hook.
50-50. As far as 50-50.
Yeah, like your contribution and mine together.
Makes sense.
Which makes sense because it's when you listen to it, we'll break.
I went to jaw out in Paris.
Yeah, you fucked up the first song, we had to get remarried.
Yo, chill.
We keeping it real with these people, right? Lucky I ain't kill you when I met that.
Yeah. Keeping it real intimate and messy all at the same time. Yikes.
So, to my original point.
Yeah, you got that one.
Before we get to what was just said, marriage of them, the back and forth.
Right. It was
the best example of it from this EP. Was the best example was on this song.
Right. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not to mention the material. Basically,
real shit there, boy.
Jay took this shit on the chin, bro.
Yep.
She basically said, homie, we getting married again.
Fuck this ring.
Fuck this ring. Chuck that ring. We moving to the West Coast. I don't give a fuck about what you say. And you look at it and see that bitch in the street. Pretty much. So yeah, he ate a lot of crow there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a lot of foot and mouth syndrome there.
Messy.
You know what I'm saying? But I'll be honest with you, but what I really like about that is I said this about in the Kanye review as well. I like when people can take something, link up above. I love when folks can take something that happened to them and report it to you and show you, especially a dynamic of marriage. I'm not married, but the perception that people have that aren't married is that that marriage is perfect. And you have to understand that that perfection has flaws. There's flaws in perfection. You know what I mean? Like there's a line where she says, basically,
we're imperfect, but we're perfect together. We're perfect for each other, excuse me.
We're imperfect, but we're perfect for each other. So it's like that line right there alone lets you know that it takes work to invent this idea that marriage is a perfect thing and everything's hunky-dory but there's a lot of things that go into that. There's a lot of maturation that goes on. You know, you're not the same people when you first got married to when you reach a certain point.
It's the hunger to continue to grow with one another, and you should do that in all relationships, like amongst even within ourselves.
Of course, absolutely.
You know, like I mean, you're my boy's cousin,
Correct.
that I went to high school with.
Yes.
And linked up, that became a mentor to me through basketball.
Absolutely.
To then now bonding into a lifelong friendship, to then now evolving into what we're doing here now.
Absolutely.
That continuate, you know, like it's not only within relationships on a physical, you know, like intimate level, but also just alongside your peers, your brothers, and the brothers that you pick and choose, not necessarily through blood, and learn from us, man.
Agreed. Listen,
we're great examples of that shit.
Yeah, we was young heads when it started. Now we old ass heads. You know, well, we considered old, but you know, whatever.
Technically,
you know, that's what it is.
Well, fucking Leah calls me old every.
So, Mr. Flaco.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. All right.
We went through 9 songs.
Went through the 9.
Went through 9 songs.
And also Salud. Let's be aware that came out. It's a single, not attached to this EP.
Correct.
Which was what, like, this was 2 minutes and like 40 seconds away from being an album.
Less. If it's
38.
41. So it's really like a minute. So they cut it
Right,
close.
excuse me, a minute. It literally they let if Beyonce went, oh,
yeah, or they just let it elongate out. You know, they gave us a better sample size EP than most in this era have.
I'm not touching that. But
in this
EP18,
this EP18, as Mr. Flock is catchphrasing it.
Yeah, I truly enjoyed this. I wasn't prepared. I mean, I should have known better, but it came out of nowhere. I continue to, on my aspect, reminiscing. It does remind me a lot of Best of Both Worlds, but let's focus more on like a Mary J and Method. All I Need, but there's just variety in the music within itself. I thought Jay brought it. Beyonce definitely brought it. The beats, the production here, dope. Album structure. This is not an album by any stretch of the imagination.
EP.
But I mean, as far as
like, okay, I got you. I got you. I understand.
Right. No, it's an EP, but there, within each track, there's a story to tell. There's no consistency and continuity. But these are some dope ass singles. The timing was perfect as far as summer goes. Oof.
Brain fart.
3.5. 3.5. I truly enjoyed this as much as KOD. I might enjoy it more, and I gave KOD that 3.5. I'm not pushing this over to in the realm of a 4 because once again, I gotta stay constant with what I feel, and I'm not gonna bash Nas because of what he brought to Nasir. I should have given it a high grade, but I'm not feeling this EP thing. And even when it's like close but no cigar, like nah, man. So I'm gonna give this 3.5. I truly enjoyed it. It's definitely a dope summer thing, but it's not like the structure. But it's a bunch of dope singles, and we all gonna enjoy it. And I love to see this perform live. And yeah, that's where I'm going with it.
So my assessment is in ways very similar to my little bro. This has a lot of remnants of the Lemonade album, which to me was not really an album, so to say. I thought it was 14 great songs,
yep.
You know,
and videos too,
and videos to match with them. Where I think this EP fell short was there wasn't the back and forth aspect enough for me.
Like Love Happy.
Yes, like Love Happy. There wasn't enough of that. I really felt like there were certain songs that really highlighted Beyonce. And then I think that there were a lot of songs that really highlighted Jay's talent. There were a couple of records that I felt didn't even belong on there. The other thing is the sample size again. I'm not a fan, I'm with you on this one. I'm not a fan of the EP format, especially for established folks. And I get it with these two because this
especially when you're a tandem too.
Well, this is their first venture, and you know, like I said, you know, there's certain artists like when they first go at it, an EP is the way to go. But I think these two viable commercial artists going into the realm of doing something together, and then releasing an EP, and then releasing another single which why didn't you just put it together? It's not like the song didn't fit with what you were doing.
Right.
You know, so that's where it falls short to me. So, like, content and lyrics, I gotta give it a great. It's a valiant effort. The production, I thought was good, but it wasn't. It could have been better the way they formatted it with the structure of the album. So not to say that the production was bad.
Right.
It's just the marriage of what sonically supposed to match verbally wasn't hitting on every point.
Okay.
Wasn't checking off everywhere. So I would have to agree with my little bro. I will also give it a 3.5. I think it's a really good summertime listen.
Perfect, bro.
I think the timing is perfect, and I'm a fan of both artists. So the Beehive don't come trying to sting me.
They gonna come for us. They gonna come for us. If it wasn't, we didn't give it a 5.
It's fine.
They gonna come.
We'll take the flack then. But I just think that it's kind of like that phrase: the imperfections make them perfect for each other.
Right.
And I think that's the one line that resonates throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
So the imperfections do equate to something that is enjoyable to listen to. That's just my take.
I hear that.
The reminisce aspect, I don't think we can do that because I don't think there's any
other than
formula that
I got you.
A female R&B singer and a male counterpart
for an
who's MCing to do a total complete body of work.
This might be the first.
Could be the first of its kind. I mean,
shit. Huh?
Yeah, and again, like I can't give an EP a 5 either. So, but like that was. It's a Caps and Flaco approved.
Yeah.
Listen.
100%.
Give it a try. Again, you can let us know what you guys think about it. You know what I mean? And compare notes. We're very accessible.
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
And as far as our spoon fed.
Whoa. Oh.
Jumped the gun. Sorry.
No. You did it. Do I have a good one for you? I'm sorry. Do we have a good one for you? The listeners who are out there. The spoon feds. From Hell's Kitchen, Marlon Craft.
Oh yeah.
From Sway in the Morning, repping the freestyles. You know what I'm saying? Like this boy is one of the bright spots in this rotten apple that is called NYC. Shout out to Marlon Craft. I actually used to coach this kid at the Carmine Recreation Center. You know, shout out to Marlon Craft. Was a great kid, and to find out that this kid is out there and at the level that he's at, it's been amazing to watch from afar. Once again, the name of the project is $1.25, and this is actually called We Were Love. Let's give it a listen.
Just simply put, I miss you, but I don't got no time for a tissue. I can't let nothing impede all of the things that I've been grinding.
All right, that's I can't give you no more. The time constraints. But
to pick that man.
Check out that man. Check out that young man. Make sure you support that boy. $1.25. It was actually it was broken down to 4 EPs. So this was the 3rd installment of it. Make sure you support that young man. Shout out to Mr. Kraft. Shout out to all the young artists in New York that aren't really getting their P's that are making great music.
Man.
Well, you know how that.
New York.
You know how that. You know how that goes. But it's a good thing that we make these platforms that these guys can get noticed. You know what I mean? Like, because he should
somebody got shout him out.
He should be in rotation.
Seriously.
Know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
Yo, DJs. Yo, matter of fact, I'm gonna use this last few seconds to do this, man.
Put the spotlight.
Yeah,
put the spotlight.
Put the spotlight.
Spotlight on you, bruh.
Listen.
Get him.
Listen to me. DJs, stop letting program managers tell you what to play. You have an abundance of talent here in New York, and these kids are struggling to get their stuff heard. Yes, music is not the platform it used to be, but it's still an effective platform for these young men to get their music out there. So go out there, men and women, get out there, support these young folks' movements, man. Like if they're making great music, let it be heard, man. Stop closing the door on these folks, man, because you're gonna be missing the boat on the next big thing. I'm telling you now. Shout out to all the young folks that's out there making incredible music, man.
Yep.
We're here, we're an outlet, we're creating, and this is an outlet that we're gonna try our best to make sure that, you know, they get heard, man. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna do what we gotta do.
Absolutely.
That's
So remember, from me and my brother, like, share, subscribe, and comment, of course.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We like the comments, we love the feedback, man. You know what I mean? And follow us on Instagram as well, Captain Flaco. You know, me and the little bro. Stay blessed and don't make stupid people famous. My brother.
Love you, bro.
Peace. Shout out to Jay-Z.
And Beyonce.
And Beyonce.
Small and crack.